Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another edition of It's Dangerous to Go Alone, everybody's favorite free agent tourney of all skill levels. I'm Tao Panda, and joining me is Milotic.
Hello.
And I know it's been a while, but we are back, and we are live. We have games coming up. We're joining the lobby, and so we should have some epic gameplay, as always.
Let's go. The first up, hold on, I want to close the tab. First up, we have Mystery Machine versus Honorable Headache. And we're going to Mincemeat Metalworks, Rainmaker. So, the thing about Mincemeat, yes, it did get reworked. It's a little bit it's better than what it was. It's not the best. So, really, the goal is just not to get locked out.
That is true, and I feel like the changes they made recently to Mincemeat, it's kind of... It seems very helpful for the, the aggressing team, but not quite as helpful for the team that's defending. There's a new ramp on the side for easier access to take the Rainmaker. There's the new walls in mid so that you can get up to the grates easier. Yeah, playing on it, I have to say, maybe it's just because I got so used to Mincemeat how it was, but I don't really like it, if I'm being honest.
I mean, really?
Has a nice tacticooler placement here on the plat. Mystery Machine did use a crab, maybe another special there, but they didn't really get too much out of it. Like you were saying, Milotic, it's really just a fight for mid still. We're already a minute into this match, but neither team has really gotten an advantage. They might have lost a player here, a player there, but this is really interesting. I think both teams are just kind of feeling the other one out, seeing what they can get away with, and so it feels like it's anybody's game at this point. We have another tacticooler from the Dynamo, a bubble's out. Looks like Honorable Headache is now finally making their move, and they do get the first checkpoint.
That is great for them, but Mystery Machine does have 3 specials at the ready, and it is sort of a delayed wipe, just that V-shot left on the board for Honorable Headache. Although they did get to 58, that could just be the game-winning play, because on Mincemeat you can't really move past mid. As I say that, the V-shot gets a double.
That is true. Something about this map, but like, you can get the checkpoint, but unlike some other maps, you don't really make it that much farther. But beautiful reef slider here from the Reflux. Looks like Honorable Headache is trying to push their lead a little bit farther, but once they're on this truck... Nice. Trizuka there. It's a little risky, but it looks like it paid off. I'm not sure if the crab got anything, but the dualies are still alive. They're gonna put up a last-ditch effort here.
You see them trying to push that ramp. The Dynamo does go down. There is the jump there. Ended up getting the V-shot in mid-air. It is 2 down for Mystery Machine. 3 down now. This may be all they need. The Roebucks explode, and they do get shot up by those dualies.
Yes, Honorable Headache truly being a headache for Mystery Machine here as they try to take the final podium. Rapid Blaster stops them. Mystery Machine's really in a tough spot here.
Are able to end up dropping that Rainmaker as far as from their back point as they can, bringing it back to mid, and ensuring that they don't get knocked out. Less than 2 minutes left on the board. 3 specials up for Mystery Machine once again, and the crowd getting popped.
Yeah, Mystery Machine's doing a great job at keeping ink going, getting their specials up. So far in this game, they haven't gotten too much out of them, but I mean, that's a great observation you've made, Milotic. Like, they are getting their specials live, they're using them, but maybe it's just the timing or learning how to coordinate together, because these players are, you know, maybe playing together for the first time. So they're trying to learn how to use them effectively, it seems like.
Do go down for Mr. Machine once again. Oh, as I say that, Zuka coming out taking one. It's just a bloodbath in mid.
It is!
And a minute left on the board. It is a 1v1 between the pencil and the V-shot. They just have to play more. They have to, excuse me. They have to gang together if they want to even get past 99, because mid is just so hard to pass through.
Yeah, so you've got the Dynamo laying down ink all over the place from that truck. You've got the Blaster watching the ledges for Honorable Headache, and we have a Zuka now, and there's only 10 seconds left on the clock. Mystery Machine really just kind of has to make a dive for the Rainmaker, try to survive, and see what they can do.
Oh, they do end up picking it up, but they got pincered by Honorable Headache and ending that overtime, ending the game right then and there.
So our
They
first
were
game...
able to get past 99.
Yeah, so they were able to get past 99. So the first game will go to Honorable Headache. And so this is the group stage, just to remind everybody. So we are going to play all 3, and the point system, these teams really do want to try to take every game they can to make it to the top cut. That's something that's super interesting about watching these games here at It's Dangerous to Go Alone.
So it is, as you said, it is play all 3. The top 4 in a group will move on to top cut, and then top cut is single elimination with best of 5s, with the entire map list being predetermined. So there are no counter picks and no sneaky Mahi zones to get that cheap Rainmaker group player cheese in.
That's oddly specific.
I don't know. First thing that came to mind.
So we're going to be going to ship shape cargo tower control. This map mode combo is an interesting one. I wouldn't quite say that I enjoy playing on this map mode, but it's a map mode.
It exists.
Yeah. I feel like, similar to Mincemeat, Rainmaker, Ship-Shape Tower also kind of becomes a fight for mid. It can become just a fight for mid for so long. But the breakthrough can happen a lot faster.
Yes. It is going to be interesting how they pick their weapons on this map, because they did have a reflex, and it might not be the best on this map with all the elevations unless you can get those hits. It's going to be interesting to see what they pull out. Oh, same comps. Pretty much the same comps. It is the same comps from both teams.
Yeah.
It's going to be nice to see how they use these, because the Dynamo can hit past ledges, the reflex could go across those grates, because it would be nice to see how they put those to use.
Yeah, and that overtop view, just in the first, what was that, 10 seconds? You could really see that Honorable Headache just has so much paint power. The map on their side was just getting filled completely. And they already have a Trizuka, they already have their Tacticooler. The Reflux is waiting to use their Reef Slider.
Yeah,
It's
we can
really
see here.
impressive.
Yeah, because we could see Honorable Headache is already in the enemy's base. Because like if you can secure yourself in that base, then it's gonna be really hard for the enemy team to push out, as Honorable Headache's already at checkpoint 2.
Yeah, it's like we don't even have time to catch up to the gameplay here. Honorable Headache living up to the name. They are honorably riding the tower to the KO actually.
With the Reef Slider, let's go. Reef Slider goated.
I do feel like the Reef Slider doesn't get as much love as it deserves. So shout out to Honorable Headache to highlighting just how effective the Reef Slider can be.
Any weapon can work if you put the time behind it and pair it with the good thing that works with it. But we do have one more game left in this set. Hagglefish Market Zones. So this is a map where Reef Slider can thrive just because if you just zoom in there, there's so many spots where you can just insta-cap the zone. It's really helpful to like delay the zone, especially if you're getting past like those penalty points and such, and give your team a chance to regroup and get back in there.
Yes, exactly. So if both teams keep the same comps, this is going to be a really interesting game to watch just because of that alone. Because we've seen that the Reflux does get their Reef Slider. They hold on to it. They know when to use it, it seems like. So Honorable Headache might actually be a headache on this map mode. And as everyone knows, Hagglefish Zones is one of my favorite map mode combos. Because it's got the side routes, it's got, of course, the zone. But once you break past the zone, that's where all the magic happens. Once you're in that court area, once you're on the ramp, and with the way that Honorable Headache played the tower game that we just watched, I feel like they might be getting a little confident now. We might see them push up to the ramps, push up to Mystery Machine's plat. And so I want to see how Mystery Machine reacts to that.
Yeah, it is going to be hard because Honorable Headache does have like insane paint, as you mentioned in the last game. So Mystery Machine is going to need to find a way to either hit the picks so they don't have as much paint, or just get more paint than them. Because really, in the end of the day, it's a turf war, especially with that zone in the middle. You want to have the most control by the end to hold on to that zone. You want to be able to make sure your team is able to split up evenly, take fights together, and really make sure that you're fighting as a team, because it is a multiplayer game.
Exactly. No, I mean that's exactly that's such a good point, actually, especially with It's Dangerous to Go Alone, because like I was saying earlier, these players might not have had a chance to practice together. It's a free agent tournament, they're put together, and so we might be seeing like the live adaptation of how everyone learns to play cohesively. Yeah. And it's so, such a huge part of everything.
Yeah, it could be your first time. You could be just friends that happen to be grouped together. That's happened more than once to me. But in the end, they need to well, you're just, oh my god, you're just meeting for like a few times. You should probably learn how to like play off of each other's strengths, even though you may not know each other as well. You all have the common goal to win. So if you both work towards that goal, even with the maps and the enemy team pushing against you, you need to push harder. Not like in the game, but like emotionally. Get that I don't know, get that Pokemon feeling in those raid battles. And like, tear down their enemy forces. I don't know. I'm just blabbling.
So I usually
Yeah.
play weapons like on Hagglefish zones. I usually play like N-Zap or maybe a junior with a bubble, and I'm throwing double bombs right past the
God.
edge of the zone.
I hate Bull. It's so annoying.
um,
It's like you get like basically a mini bomb rush.
yes, it's a bunch of tiny mini bomb rushes, but it's what's wrong with that, guys? It's fun, isn't it?
No.
For my team, if we're on the same
right,
team.
Well, yeah. Okay, but does that ever happen? Like you're fighting a good player, and then as soon as they're on your team, they do awful. I hate it when that happens. Like a double-edged sword.
Yes. And I feel like that happens because I don't know. I play a lot of team-based play and open and scrims and competitive, so when I go back to playing stuff like X battles or series, I do feel like sometimes you could play against someone on the opposing team and they're just phenomenal. But then when you play together, it's like your playstyles just don't mesh. And, you know, you do want to say, like, oh my gosh, as a teammate, why? We get paired together and now they're just not doing their job, you know? But it's like, you have to remember, like, oh wait, it works both ways. It's so hard in those 5 minutes of every match to learn how to play with people.
Oh, okay, here we go. Back into it seems the game has already started.
Throwing us into the action here.
Right into the mix.
Honorable Headache is trying to push up onto the plat. The Reef Slider didn't get that much. They got an assist, but they did keep Mystery Machine kind of on the back foot here. They have a Tacticooler. The blaster goes down. The reflex has already respawned for Honorable Headache. And we're seeing an Inkjet now.
Yeah, the Inkjet's going to get that V-shot, but less than 30 ticks of points are on the board, and as I say that, Mystery Machine is able to get in there and recap. Really the fight for paint. We see a bubble ready, a Reef Slider coming out once again, breaking that crab, 2 going down for Mystery Machine, as Honorable Headache gets that paint control and control of the map again.
Honorable Headache giving me a headache with this bubble placement, but that's besides the point. Dynamo doing an excellent job keeping Tacticoolers active. We've already seen 2 since we've started watching this game. And it really seems like Mystery Machine is struggling with the paint.
Even with that pencil, it can be really hard to keep control, because it is a good painting weapon, but you can't paint the whole map with it. As 2 go down once again. They're getting a nice snipe on that reflex.
Yes, it was a nice snipe, but they do go down to the blaster, who has been doing an excellent job all of these games, watching the ledges, keeping Mystery Machine back, and Honorable Headache does take this set 3-0.
Good job to sorry. A good job to both teams. We can't wait to see more in the future. They just Honorable Headache just had the map control like at the whole time. Even when they weren't in control of the zone, they just had the paint on the sides to like push back in with. And it was just really great to see a really good set.
Yeah, it was. And I think sometimes when you're playing and you're focused on the objective, it's so easy to forget how important keeping ink on the ground is. You could be in the middle of a fight with enemy players, but maybe one of their specials is ready and you have to get out of there and there's no ink behind you. All the ink is just in front of you. That's the worst, because then you don't have any exit routes. But Honorable Headache, I think, did a great job at just flooding the map. So it's like they had maneuverability, mobility, all the ilities. Honorable Headache had it.
A bubble placement. I don't know. They were just able to get in there and like stay in there. Like, nuh-uh, you can't get rid of me. We're just gonna keep jumping in, keep getting more. Like,
Exactly.
it wasn't like a complete shutout. Both teams put up like a good fight. Also, we got to see a Reflux. We love to see it. Reflux love. Hashtag Reflux love. It deserves a better kit.
Wow.
I don't know.
I don't really play any of the tri-stringer types. Any of the bow types.
I feel like the game, like Nintendo did not do the greatest job marketing their new classes, because like if bows, because like I remember in the directs they were talking about like how like the stringers make their explosive debut, but like why is there only 2 kits for it? Like why are both the kits like kind of bad? Like I don't know. They're a hard weapon to play, but like if you could, there's always that one player who's like really dedicated to it. So like, if you find that one player, let me know. Like as long as you can push a weapon and you're happy with it, that's all that matters. It's supposed to be a fun game. Here to have a good time.
That's true. So what weapons do you play, Melodic?
I can't say that. What weapons do I play? I have a midline. I play Nautilus, 96, and Glugas sometimes.
Oh my gosh! All the weapons that are the bane of my existence. Well, to play against, I mean, it's just, geez, the Nautilus, the 96, the Glugas.
I mean, yeah. Like I'm the midline, but. Yeah, I think it's probably best that we do take a little bit of a break, just so we can get this troubleshooting up, and give a little rest to our itty bitty voices. So we'll be back.
We will be back.
After this break. Okay, we're actually back. Double question mark. For Land of Renaries, round 2. We're your hosts, Melodic and...
Tao Panda.
So,
Or just Tao. Or just Panda. Whatever.
okay, we have map graphics. We're winning. Anyways, so, Tao, what could you tell me, or do you have like any tips for clams on Barnacle and Dime?
Barn and Dime. One of my favorite maps. Clan Blitz. One of my favorite modes. You put the two together. I don't know if I have anything to say that's helpful to anybody, but I do have things to say.
Oh, here we
With
go.
this with this map mode, I feel like mid is important, but really you want to be on the opposing team's platform, you want to be on their ramp, you want to stop their ledges on the left and coming up from like their main section, and like that's really where the magic happens with this map mode.
We see knowledgeable Kamikaze and Ludicrous Longboat. We see a Sorella coming out. Love to see it, especially with the Prochara video. It personally inspired me. And it's really just a fight for mid. We see Cookie here with the pencil trying to just paint over that mid, help their teammates out, get that chip damage, do whatever they can.
Yeah, we're seeing feels like we're seeing a lot of snipe riders today. A team in the previous round had a snipe rider user, and now we have another pencil user, and I do love to see it. I feel like the pencil doesn't get as much love as it should, but it is so helpful for the team. And now we see, our colors are a little bit off on the top of the screen, so I'm not sure which team is blue. But blue team is really laying down a lot of pressure here, but they did lose 2 players. Both teams are actually down 2. But blue team is respawned. They're back. I believe they had a cooler. So, yeah, and here they are trying to take the plat.
Less than a minute gone on the timer. No teams have scored yet, but we do see the blue has a little bit more of map control, and they have a little bit more clams, so they can use that as an advantage. They really just need to get a pick here, as we see the wiper here on the right side trying to go, but runs out of ink just because of how
Oh,
ink
no.
gets down. Oh my god, super unfortunate. And now we see the tides have turned as the yellow team starts to move up.
Yeah, the blue team, they popped a crab to try to keep yellow back because they lost a player, maybe 2 at that point, because we saw the unfortunate demise of the wiper. But the crab really didn't get... yellow team did a good job of pushing the crab back, which you don't see that often. And yeah, they are trying to turn the tides here, but it looks like we're back at a stalemate in mid. But as I say that, blue team loses 2 players. They do have an inkjet, but yellow team is closing in, and blue just lost their power clam. Oh wait, no, they saved it.
They're dancing, they're juggling. We could see that yellow team now has a lot more clams than they once did, but it's a 3v3 situation. Once they just have to be able to take advantage of their advantages with players down and get that score, because if the games keep playing like this, then you'll have another stalemate, and then if one score could be enough. 2 minutes left on the clock, of course.
Yes, with Clam Blitz, it does sometimes end up being a stalemate for so long that just the one power clam is enough to win the match, and you hate to see that.
I mean, hey, no crack and cheese. So that's a win.
That's true.
Okay. So
We have a
blue team
tacticaler here.
2 do go down for the yellow team. So if you want to make a push, now is the time to do so. As we see them doing, another goes down. They just need clams. You hate to see a push go dead without any of these scores or any clams to continue it. The stamp coming out, so is the Zuka. Oh, the Zuka gets the stamp. The Zuka. Oh my god, it's such an exciting 2 going down on yellow team, getting it to 60.
Yes, finally we see the basket broken. They're down to 45 now. They got a few more sneaky clams in after those 2 power clams. Yellow team now trying to get their space back, trying to get blue team off their plat, but this wiper is not having it. Keeping up the pressure, which is really all they need at this point. They just need to keep ink down, keep mid, and I'm not sure if yellow team will even be able to collect clams at this point.
Yes, clams are important. They are going to need a lot of clams cycling in here if they want to get past 45. That is quite, I think, what, 3 power clams in total? They do have less than 20 seconds left. They do have a pity at base, but they're going to need to kill some people first if they want a chance to even score. You see the Not Here keeping nice control of that mid spot, going in after the blue team, ending up getting a nice trade on that wiper. And overtime is in effect.
We are in overtime. Nice Zuka Inkjet combo.
Ooh,
the crab is out. Can they stop this jump though? I don't know if they can. We might at least see the basket getting broken here. No! Oh my gosh.
Oh, that's so unfortunate. Especially when you're under that basket at such like steep angle, you gotta like tilt your controller all the way back to even have a chance. It just slipped underneath. Unfortunate indeed. But the attempt was made.
And if you're playing with motion controls, you have to break your wrist to get that type of angle.
Just up. Even when it seems it may hit. Okay, but that's something a peeve. Like, if you shoot it up and like it goes under, or just like it takes too long to break the basket, that could be the determining factor of a match. Okay, so the blue team was knowledgeable Kamikaze. We got that now.
Yes, but who knows which team will be who when the colors change. It's up to the Splatoon gods. Just like Scorch Gorge Rainmaker, feels like sometimes it's just in the hands of the Splatoon lords.
So, the thing about Scorch Gorge, really, if you can get past that first check, any points after that is going to be hard to succeed. It's like, it's just because like, you're fighting a downward battle. Or downhill battle, an uphill battle. You know what I mean?
Yes.
You see a Tri-Star out, sticking with that Sorella. Okay, so in the I think the colors are swapped, maybe? I don't know. But yes, Rainmaker, Scorch Gorge, who will get the first pop? Wait for me. Oh.
Yeah, pop, not necessarily that important here as far as like turf coverage on this map, but it is nice because whoever pops it does get their special filled up faster. And we see a wipeout!
What
oh my gosh! Start. Yes! We were only 30 seconds in. We already see a wipe. The checkpoint is checked. And now, knowledgeable Kamikaze is trying to fight this downhill battle, but this crab's rolling uphill with a tacticooler, so Ludicrous Longboat putting up a really good defense here.
It seems that Crab wasn't quite able to find anyone, getting taken down by that Zuka. But this is not the same team that we saw in the last game. They're putting their fight up. They say, okay, we lost one, we gotta come back even harder. As I say that, 2 do go down, and the mid control has switched to the other side. But they do have 2 specials ready.
They do. Oh, we might be seeing an inkjet battle here. Pause for the inkjet battle. Yeah. Rain on this ramp is a great play by, I think, the Nautilus for knowledgeable Kamikaze. The Rainmaker is still alive.
somehow. Especially with that Rain getting a buff, it is a really nice, more supportive tool. But the Rainmaker getting taken out by what is, I think, to be a bomb. We love the chickens. Nezuko coming out. It is just the crab left.
Oh no, can they get out of there? They do! Wow, what a jump. They refused to give the enemy team a wipeout, which was a great decision to make. That's the last thing you want. Inkjet trying to put up some pressure here. Knowledgeable Kamikaze just trying to push their lead farther. They do get stopped.
Goes down. Okay, now it is there's a 2v4 right now. We see the orange team definitely trying to hold that elbow as much as they can. Once again with the pencil and the paint. It's painted so well. About 2 minutes left on the board.
Yes, we're over halfway through the match.
Ooh,
we see a great stamp here. You know what I want to see with the rest of this game? I really want to see the Brella and the Wiper working together more. And we see a flank from the Brella. Gets a nice pick on the Nautilus. 2 down for orange team.
They're running.
They lost the lead.
Oh, wow.
What a play!
There's just the Inkjet left, getting a nice double. Left just alone with that bluster, getting a triple. There's just the pencil left in mid. Great defense,
wow.
Yet they do have, but now they do have to push past 36, which is pretty hard to do in this map, let alone knock out. So as long as they can defend their lead for a minute and a half, they should have this locked in.
Yeah, it does seem like orange team is really in a comfortable position here. They've got a lot of ink in mid. Turquoise is really going to have to, I don't know, maybe put down more ink, coordinate a little bit better if they want to take their lead back at this point.
They do have a minute left on the board, but that Rainmaker is going to explode, so you don't want to die around your teammates, because I've seen so many times how that can lead to a wipeout less than 10 seconds on that Rainmaker. We see the blaster here poking that elbow. They're about to explode. Okay, it exploded in a safe position. Less than like 30 seconds left on the board. And Inkjet, they have 3 specials online. Getting stuck on that grate. They are at an advantage now, so this is the perfect time to try and take that elbow and maybe take the lead. The stamp getting shredded.
Wow, and they stopped the stamp. They stopped the Inkjet. They're really ramping up the pressure here as they're coming literally up the ramp here on Scorch Gorge. The Tri-Slosher trying to paint a path, trying to keep ink down, protect the Rainmaker. But this pencil, no!
Oh. The pencil getting the game-ending shot, securing that win, I think. I don't know. I think the orange team does secure their win. Yeah, the pencil, it could be so devastating if you know how to use it. So yeah. Great teamwork from both. We do have one more game.
Yes, and it's Sturgeon Tower. Arguably one of the best map mode combos in existence. Arguably.
Yeah. So we do
Is
have
that just me? I'm the only one? I love Sturgeon Tower.
Okay. Okay, I hate Sturgeon Tower. It's just like once you get past that second, it's just so snowbally, and you have to go so far if you want to end up securing it.
That is true. And now that you mention it, Scorch Gorge Rainmaker is kind of the same way, where it is that downhill. You have your momentum after you get the checkpoint, and as we saw Knowledgeable Kamikaze do, they got the checkpoint, and then it's just boop, there goes your lead. And yeah, I guess you're right. Sturgeon's Tower kind of has that same vibe to it, where it's like, once you get past that first checkpoint, you could easily get to the second one, and then now you're getting a KO.
We see the other Tri-Slosher come out from Ludicrous Longboat, I think. I'm pretty sure. Um, and yeah, it's gonna be. Oh, it's tower control. You do want to be careful about no man's land, because someone could get behind you and end up getting killed. But it's now 3v3 on the board. Love the in-game callouts.
We see a couple jumpers here to the pencil who has been doing a great job at staying alive, keeping ink down, building up tacticoolers. Orange team's got a cooler on tower, but with this crab in a pretty good position, can they survive the inkjet? Will they be able to get them off the tower? They do get them off the tower, so a little bit of a stall. But I really want to see more blue ink in mid if they're really going to defend this.
We see Ludicrous Longboat is actually the first ones to push, getting into that first checkpoint. They are up at an advantage. They have the advantage, but the Wiper gets behind them for the flank.
Yeah, nice play from the Wiper. Tri-Slosher does use the Tacticooler. It doesn't really help them out that much, except for the fact that they have already respawned, so that's nice. But they did go down. Knowledgeable Kamikaze now down 3. They're respawning because they did have the Tacticooler, but they weren't quite able to get the lead there.
It is 54-60 now, getting the Wiper and try getting a nice trade. A little bit, 3 minutes left on the board. The Nautilus now has that rain. This could be used to help pursue that, or get past that, even, oh my god, get further than, extend their lead, I think. Or just get past the 60.
Yeah, the crab getting rained out, getting ink jetted. Orange team also with the cooler, and the Tri-Slosher gets a nice pick at the end of that crab. So we might be able to see a lead swap to go down from a Trizuka, yes. I think.
Yeah, on that great, they were able to sneak up there and play from the safety behind their wall. Ludicrous Longboat, I think. Getting to that second check now at a 3-up advantage. This is what I was talking about, that snowbally effect will be put into effect here as they get even closer.
And they're using 3 specials at the end just to seal the deal. Wow, that was the snowball of snowballs. I don't know if I've seen such a fast snowball before. It is winter season, so it's fitting.
We saw that. I saw that Zuka at the end. I think getting that triple kill in the tower, ensuring that it slides into that final point, and giving them the win, 2-1. Yeah,
so that was nice to see. Ludicrous Longboat. They can put up a fight. They're out here. Knowledgeable Kamikaze. Yeah, they might have won the set, but Ludicrous Longboat not going to go down without a fight. And that's what you love to see.
We saw them fight together, hold space, be defensive, everything a good team needs to succeed. But yeah.
Yeah.
Anything that stood out to you?
As far as like turf control goes, I think in this last game, both teams were kind of even, which I think really speaks to Ludicrous Longboat. Because the first 2 games, I feel like they didn't have quite as much ink coverage on the map. They weren't coordinating quite as well to back each other up and use their specials in tandem. But in this last game, it was almost like watching a totally different team. They kept space, they held mid, even if they lost a couple players, you know, they always had something, a special, a tacticooler, or, you know, just the backup from their teammates. They had jumps coming back in, and so I think that was great.
Yeah, I think Ludicrous Longboat was like, okay, We didn't win. We didn't quite win the set, but we can still take a game off of them. So let's just try to do that. And they did not disappoint. They came back with the fire that it takes to win, and they did just that. They well, both teams played together. They learned off of each other. They adapted, especially three games into the set. You're like, okay, this team does this, so let's try to find a way to counteract that. And that's exactly what Ludicrous Longboat did. But knowledgeable Kamikaze. I don't know how to pronounce it. They just took storm of those first two games and was able to like hold them out. Because like, we saw in the first game, they got that first score. They played defensive, and they won. In the second game, same thing. They just gotta get it far enough to where they can sit comfortably, and make sure that no one sneaks behind them. But then they got taken. Then they, oh my god, I'm babbling. But Ludicrous Longboat said, okay, they're good at defense, so let's just have a better offense. And
Yeah.
they just, oh well, boom. Okay, that's my segment.
Drops mic. And with that, we'll gear up for the next round of preliminaries, and we'll take a short break, and we'll be back in a few minutes.
Stay tuned.
everybody. You're tuned in to It's Dangerous to Go Alone. We're back after our hiatus. We're going straight into preliminaries round 3 with Splat Zones.
Gluga mention. Splat Zones, Mommy Ruins. And a big swig. I just totally didn't see it. Our graphics are a little out of tune right now, so we will be referring to color for a little bit. And the crab comes out early. Oh, one going down both sides now, two. It's a fight for mid here as the orange team gets the first cap. There's a double zone, so you have to have your eagle's eyes on both of them.
Yes, you do. Because on the one zone, dropping down from this silo, you can just put some ink down, install the zone just because you have one capped or even halfway capped. And so for defense, this map can be really nice, but at the same time, it can be unforgiving if the enemy team gets past that point up the ramp.
Yes, indeed. We see two going down on a purple. They do lose. We have funny number versus 87. They do get control back, and we see the Lugas here fighting with a swig, taking out people on the left with a nice trade. Two down on both sides, evenly matched. The crab getting shot out by the rain. 11 penalty each. The Rapid is ready with their special, but once they get out, as I say that, they go down. It's really hard. It's nice to keep the zone, but it's really hard out. And that's kind of what we're seeing here as they take the control.
Yeah, and the Tri-Slosher doing a good job at just laying down some ink, getting a exit route. We see another crab from orange team. I believe that's Excellent Evaporation. And purple team is Giddy Grain.
Oh yes, I found the names. I still don't. Oh, okay. We're up now. I'm clicking. Okay. Purple Giddy Green is now back in control, getting past the penalty. They do have a Zuka online, but Excellent Evaporation does have their cooler, so they can play a little bit more risky. Another crab out there ready. Less than 3 minutes left on the clock.
Yeah, Excellent Evaporation has been doing an excellent job at keeping their advantage. We see some rain. They still have a crab online. They lost 2 players. But they're just waiting, it seems like, for a nice opportunity to back up this Tri-Slosher. They had the Big Swig jump in to mid. Can they counteract this Inkjet? No, the Inkjet finds 2! Can they get 3? Not quite.
No. Almost.
They found it eventually, just not with the Inkjet. That's fine. Nothing wrong with that. Trying to keep an advantage here, fighting against the Glugas, trying to keep the space. The Rapid Blaster doing a great job at spacing out Excellent Evaporation. But they have so much paint power. Excellent Evaporation flipped the zone so quickly, it seems like.
Yes, they are able to get Giddy Grain at a 2-down advantage. But they do have the penalty to go through 36 to 49, less than 2 minutes on the clock. If they want to secure this win, the Tri-Slosher going in, getting 1. They do have cooler, so they are able to play that risky. It's a crab battle in mid. We see this Rapid putting it in the work, getting behind once again, and taking down that splash. They are just doing so good at controlling the sides, that Rapid Blaster, and keep letting their teammates get in and help support them from the back. As the zone flips once again.
Yes, this is a great game so far. The Tri-Sloshers, you love to see it, getting a trade in mid. The zone not quite flipped for Excellent Evaporation. Can Giddy Green hold on to it? It looks like they can for now. They have a crab ready. They're going ahead and using it. 3 down on Excellent Evaporation. I would have liked to see this crab posted up so that they can stop Excellent Evaporation from getting down their ramp, but that's okay. They've got a Tacticooler active. They can paint over this booyah. And they do take the lead.
So it seems like Excellent Evaporation is going to have this overtime win as 2 go down on Giddy Grain. Less than 10 seconds left on the board. They are still at Giddy Grain is still down 2, now at 3rd. Really, and their penalty's almost over. As long as they can hold on to the zone, they'll be fine. They have the brain, they have the crab, probably almost at the ready. About to break that penalty, but they do lose contest. They do decontest, but the cooler isn't able to go down, but they still take lead.
Wow.
The overtime win for Excellent Evaporation. We saw the try in mid, just doing their best to help paint while almost throwing that cooler. But the Jet wasn't focused on the zone, the Jet was focused on killing. And that might have been the wrong play there, because Excellent Evaporation was able to paint over and cap the zone and win. Also, Big Swig. Big Swig wins. See? It's a meta weapon. Totally. Absolutely.
Oh my gosh.
Big Swig.
GG's Excellent Evaporation. They really held out literally to the last second. Beyond, even.
Yeah, it was very close for both teams. They're both very evenly matched. And we saw, like, pretty similar weapon picks that we've been seeing before, aside from, like, you know, Big Swig. Big Swig win. And if we take a look at these weapons here, there's lots of, like, pretty standard, but then you have some random, like, more out of the box picks. Like we see Reflex in one of these weapon pools, and then S Blast we have to see, and then an Edit. And then the other side we have once again S Blast and maybe a Squiffer. We could see a Squiffer come out. That would be like kind of cool.
Yeah,
like,
that would be awesome.
I don't
I
really
love
know what
Squiff.
would you categorize a Squiffer as. Would you? Because I had like close range to Nautilus, but like it plays more frontline-ish. I don't really know what you would put it at. So maybe even mini. Like I don't know. But, like it's such a like out of this world pick. There's really not that much you can do to counter it. It's kind of just like wild card. And we're going to Clamblitz. Scorch. My eyes were not working for a minute. We saw Scorch earlier, but now, we see the dreaded Kraken come out. The Kraken could be game-changing, and a double Zuka on...
The double Zuka Classic coming out for Giddy Grain. They
really
have the
fight
Tri-Slasher, they have their Rapid Blaster, I believe that's Yoshi using the Rapid, and we saw the work that the Rapid can put in with this last game. So now that it's Clamblitz on Scorchgorge, this is going to be a really interesting battle.
You definitely could use that Inkjet to help push up on that elbow, as we see the Zap making a safe jump out, 2 going down on the side of Giddy Grain, and the Gal has that Kraken and will probably be able to help their team score. They will also see a roller come out for that bubble, which could be really good at getting in there and giving their team a jump. As we see here, the bubble being popped, but it isn't quite as safe as a jump as you would hope. A minute down, here comes the Kraken for the jump. Will they get it? Will they get the score?
No! They did, but they missed one.
But they missed one, and it's just the Gal up there. Now it's just the roller who's forced to retreat.
Yes, so Giddy Grain does have both Zukas online. They have their Inkjet. They lose one of their shots, but they're still putting up a lot of pressure here on the ramp. They've got a Power Clam. They've got their Tacticooler active. Still holding on to the Inkjet. But
they have a chance to push up. If they pop that, they have 2 specials now. So that if they pop the Inkjet, they could probably move up with that extra onslaught. But they do go down to that roller. They're in a little bit of a corner here. Getting taken out by the bomb pincer. It is not just the Rapid Blaster.
Excellent Evaporation with the excellent defense on their ramp.
Oh my god.
And we see a Crab, Kraken, and a Bubble ready for Excellent Evaporation. They lose the Bubble as the roller goes down. The Dualies also get taken out on the ramp. No, they lost the Clam Carrier. Eon is not having it. The Tri-Slosher in full swing here, breaking the basket, but do they have a chance for a follow-up? They're trying,
Yoshi's
they're
trying.
coming up the ramp,
Oh, they got
they're
stopped on
losing
the elbow.
players. They're getting a little bit staggered, but we're only a little bit over halfway in this match. I think it actually was a pretty good play to at least break the basket, get the scores a bit more even.
Yes, we have about 2 minutes left on the board. Bazooka aiming for that Kraken, but 2 going down on the side of Giddy Grain. Oh, it's a 2v2 now. It is just the V shot. So much can happen in a minute. And we see the Julius here with the ball, but the Kraken is ready. Oh, but the ball gets shot out by the shot. You do have to be careful. There are a lot of clams on the left side. The Kraken coming out. They do have 2 balls ready. Will they make both of them this time? Oh, it seems like they're rushing for the basket before the other balls do, but they aren't quite able to make it, giving a 70 to 81 lead.
And it doesn't look like
Oh,
they'll be able to get this second power clam in. But with a little less than a minute and a half left, just getting that one, getting the score down to 70, it might be enough here if Excellent Evaporation can just keep up the defense that they've been doing so well. Zuka trying to take down the crab here. They push them back, they don't get the pick. We see Eon trying to jump in, lay down some ink with the Tri-Slosher. They don't get the jump. And in fact, they get picked themselves. And Giddy Grain really has to coordinate to be able to get, you know, maybe a shot at overtime at this point with less than a minute left on the clock.
They do have that ball ready, but they might want to jump out to ensure that they keep it, and which they do. Less than a minute left. Oh, the V-shot sneaking behind the roller, breaking the bubble. They're now 2 down, and they're able to get in and score with the jump on the way. And they
Oh
are
my
able to make
gosh.
it this time with the drop roller, getting it to 45 to 70.
And they have
now taken this
Bazooka
lead.
at the ready to keep Excellent Evaporation tucked away in their base. They lose a couple players, but they might have had tactical because they are back. They're already respawned. The roller here trying to lay down some ink, make sure no one's being sneaky near this ramp, which it looks like Giddy Grain does have somebody here trying to keep the pressure up. Excellent Evaporation, are they waiting for the Kraken? Did they have someone sneak in? They break
my
the
God, the
basket,
Kraken-
and that's the
and they
lead!
got-
Oh my gosh!
They got the overtime win. Was it overtime or is it just before overtime? I'm watching the playback. But regardless, the Kraken can just be that game decider, as we just saw. Excellent Evaporation was able to get in there, get those jumps, and be able to score. I was kind of wondering why the roller pop bubble so far back, but now I know, to ensure their safety and getting that jump and scoring.
2000 IQ moment, even the commentators don't know what's coming next.
Uh-oh.
And now we're going to Humpback Pump Track Rainmaker. Okay. A little bit of an interesting one. Excellent Evaporation has won the first 2 games of this set, but Giddy Grain has been putting up a fight, and they definitely want this win. So, what do you think the weapon loadout we're gonna see? Do you think they're gonna keep the rapid Tri-Slosher for Giddy Grain?
Okay, for Rainmaker Humpback. Humpback itself is a pretty good Tri-Slosher and roller map, or basically anything that can hit over ledges. So I definitely maybe predict Rapid will come back and the Tri-Slosher and roller maybe. But the thing about this is you really don't want them to get past that elbow. So you just want to like keep bombing it out until either the Rainmaker explodes or you get a pick. So as long as you can control that elbow, you should be fine. But if you go down in the wrong moment, that could be the decider of who either gets the knockout or maybe just whoever gets the most points are just knocked out. You just want to be careful about your positioning on this map because they can y'all the whole team could be on one side while the Rainmaker is pushing another. So you just gotta be really aware of where the Rainmaker is or where the other players are, like at all times.
Yeah, that's true. Especially since on this map, It's so easy to forget the fact that someone can also flank on the side route using that little checkpoint spot.
And as you say that, we see a Dynamo come out once again alongside an S-Blast. While on, I'm assuming, Giddy Grain, maybe? Orange team has double Zuko once again. Oh, but going down two right off the bat, less than 20 seconds in. It seems like, yeah,
And we
they're
see
already
a
ready for that chat.
Tacticooler, we see Zuka come out as a last-ditch effort of defense,
And a
and they get a wipeout!
Okay,
Wow,
we got it.
great defense there. They might have
Hey,
lost
Mark.
the checkpoint, but they have not lost the war! They are still very much in this game.
Oh wow, what a nice dynamo flick onto that jet, getting that trade. The crowd coming out, it's just Widow trying to get as much points as they can before getting taken down. The try ends up getting that cooler and making a nice safe jump out. There's the minute gone. And it seems that Excellent Evaporation has the most mid control. Sitting pretty comfortably right now, just trying to get their specials up so they can make a push. But the S-Blast does go down and the Zuka is popped and gets two, I think.
Yeah, I think they did. Pocky, with the Zuka in their pocket, you could say.
Oh my god.
Now they're making a push for the checkpoint, which comfortably they can take, and they might be able to even take the lead here, but the Crab, again in defense, excellent timing, finds one pick. Wheatley, can they find another pick? No, they get taken out. I think a trade with the Rainmaker, maybe.
Was that another pun on Excellent? And okay, it probably was, or whatever. But they are able to hold on to that elbow. As I said before, if you can control the elbow, you can pretty much control the game, because the other checkpoint is kind of more riskier because you're going into their enemy court. As I say that, the Zuka comes out, and they're pushing past. They're about to push past that elbow. We see one coming on the rail, but the bomb getting the Rainmaker, denying any chance for a lead switch. Oh wait, they have lead. Never mind.
They
Oh,
did take
going.
lead, and they're trying to just keep the pressure up on this elbow, and they're doing a great job. As far as the picks go, it seems like it's a little bit of a free-for-all, but really, Excellent Evaporation is keeping the pressure up. This T-Tech just trying to stay alive at this point, trying to give Giddy Grain a hard time, and they are. They've got a Tacticooler. Rainmaker's reset. They might have a chance here to use their tri-strikes. No!
Ooh.
The Zuka!
The random
my
Zuka
gosh.
shot. Unfortunate, but that's just what Zuka do. Zuka do what the Zuka wants. There's 2 minutes left on the board. 60 to 40. It's not that hard of a lead to pass. All Giddy Grain has to do is get their defense in line and just hold on to that elbow, because why would you push right?
Yeah, that's always the question. Why would you push
why?
right?
We see two and like three.
A wipeout again!
A wipeout for Giddy Grain. Giddy Grain, as we saw in the last set, Giddy Grain is just saying, oh, we lost the first two, but we're coming back like a boomerang. We are going to take this game, and you can't stop us.
Exactly.
Extending their lead to 32.
Yes, and they've got jumpers in mid. They are totally on the same page, it seems like, at this point. They're playing together, they're backing each other up, they've got confidence, they're going for the final podium, they get stopped at 13!
Now that is the score to beat. It seems like we're gonna have to see another overtime win from Excellent Evaporation. Really, you just want to make sure no one sneaks behind and ends up picking up that Rainmaker. The Rapid does go down, but like 30 seconds left on the board, they have to use their specials accordingly, as we see the Crab here trying to keep control of that mid and get that early Rainmaker pop.
They do get the Rainmaker pop. They lost their Dynamo, but that's fine. Doolies are out here trying to keep the rest of Giddy Grain back. Someone might be in this trench. Yes, they are. It was the Rapid Blaster. This might be Excellent Evaporation's chance They survived one Zuka, but the other Zuka is ready. The Rainmaker's in danger. Oh my gosh.
And they can't pick it. They don't have enough time to pick it up again, giving the win to Giddy Grain. Yes, I'm right on that fact.
Giddy
So
Grain, living up to the
just,
GG of their namesake.
oh my god. They were able to get that. Oh my god. They were able to just come back and do what they thought they wanted to do for the first two games. They didn't give Excellent Evaporation the chance to bask in their glory. We're like, okay, you took 2 games off of us, but like, we're not gonna let you 3-0 us. Like, we're here. We can put up a fight and we can win. And that's exactly what they did.
And we saw the same thing with the last set and prelims round 2. These teams, they came thirsty for action. They want the win. They want the points. They're trying to get to the top cut. And I am just giddy with excitement at this point.
Oh my god. But yeah, those were some exciting sets. I think definitely in that third game, Giddy Green was able to like use their weapon to their advantage. They had double Zuka, so Zuka's really good at clearing out an area, and especially on this like close quarters map, that elbow. So if you could and they stagger their Zuka as well, so because they had 2, they used one to clear out the enemies first, and then they used the second one to take care of that Rainmaker. Because like you just have to pay attention to the UI. It's like, as we saw, Zuka can hit you anywhere. You gotta keep your eyes in the sky. You gotta watch out what comes below.
Yeah, I think Giddy Green did an excellent job at working off of each other, using their specials in tandem, like you're saying, and it really paid off for them. So I hope the next round goes well for them. I think we're gonna take a few minute break here as we get ready for 4th round of prelims, so stay tuned.
Wait, how many rounds of prelims are there? Hey. Yeah.
I think there's 4.
Oh my god, it's been so long. Sorry. Stay tuned. Welcome back to the best tournament you'll ever play in. It's dangerous to go alone. I don't know the number. We are going to see round 4 of the preliminaries. Farrow versus Doubtful Decimal. Both teams are tied in set wins right now, 2-1. So it's gonna be interesting to see how this plays out.
Yes, this might be a determining round to see who makes it to top cut. So tensions are high. These teams, these players are ready. They're hungry for the win. And as we take a look at their weapon pools, lots of shooters here.
Yes,
lots of shooters.
I do see that bow, that inclined bow. I would love to see that, but we also see Tetras. We haven't seen those yet today. They are quite easy to counter if you know how to fight them. They're like Wavebreaker fights counters them, and careful about it.
Yeah. And for Doubtful Decimal, we see acing actually a blaster main in a sea of shooters. Also, blue has a couple shooters, Tri-Slosher, and what is this brush? They snuck that in there. Pocket brush?
Flying fast? Zoom zoom? Oh, they did get a buff recently.
That's true, yeah. And then if we take a look at our maps again.
Yes. We're going straight into it.
We can take a look live as we watch gameplay. Tower control on Inkblot. One of my favorite map mode combos. Let's go. For last round of prelims, I am so hyped now.
Said that about Barnacle, but okay. We see the Luna coming right out for tower control alongside a pencil and a V-Blast. Oh, the Luna goes down. Bad.
Oh, the Luna did go down very early. A Tacticooler behind the tower. Not sure if many teammates will be able to take advantage. At least one. Got a little taste of the cooler's juice. Tower is at first checkpoint. And Doubtful Decimal is doing a great job at using their specials in tandem. Keeping Farrow back. Wow, the smush with the crab. I'm done.
Oh wow, that cooler was thrown far. We see. Sorry, I totally interrupted you. My bad.
No, that's the ebb and flow, isn't it?
I don't know. It's a good song though. Anyways, wow. we see Doubtful Decimal, and making it to that final checkpoint before getting semi-wiped. Just the Julius being left alone in mid. A great first push, getting it to 15. We saw the pencil just kind of being a tower princess right there, as I like to call it. Making sure the tower gets to where it's
supposed to be. That's so cute! Tower princess.
That was more than enough. We see the blaster here poking that ledge, but getting shot out by the whale, just zoom like a lightsaber.
Yes, and now Doubtful Decimal, they lost 3 players. A couple of them might have had the Tacticooler. Nice from the Luna following up the stamp. And a trade with Doubtful Decimal's blaster. Farrow on the tower now. Can they at least get past this checkpoint? Getting up this ramp on this map mode is such a hard feat to accomplish. And they've got this lead of 15 staring at them. This is gonna be a hard fight, I think, for Farrow.
But it is just... We do have only 3 minutes left, so anything can happen. They did make it to checkpoint 2 with the Luna stamp being stuck on that top left, ending up getting 1 before getting taken down. And it's just the gal left on tower. And that is a wipeout in favor for Doubtful Decimal. Farrow did have a nice push, but they just got knocked out. They do still have about 2 minutes left, so really they have more chances.
They do have more chances. Another blaster trade between the blaster and the Luna. The gal trying to watch this ledge. They find 1, they find 2. Is this a slow wipe? It might be.
I think that's a quad.
Wow.
That's
The
gal
gal
shenanigans right there.
using the killer whale, finding
It just keeps on
another.
going.
The
Oh my
gal's on
god.
fire! Wow, stop dropping.
Gal do like
Dodge roll, everybody. This gal is putting in the work.
they seem to be trying to extend their lead, but once again, it's just the gal left using our wall to their advantage. The blaster is stuck, falling off the map, I believe. Farrow is able to regain control of their plat without any extra points gained, but they do have specials ready to go. The cooler getting stopped, and the crab taking that left stack, and is now the inkjet trying to kick out the crab.
The
With
inkjet's
the whale.
not in the best position here between the killer whale and the blaster. They survive narrowly.
Too slow to zone.
Sorry about that. It's a commentator's curse. The bubble trying to defend themselves and their teammates. That blaster, they did get picked. And now, Farrow doing another push here. They've got jumpers to the tower. The gal, who we've seen, is just thirsty for blood. Can they find the pick? The teammates there to help them. They end up with an assist. They try to take the tower, but no.
They do end up getting stopped by the blaster. They are Doubtful Decimal is 2 down. They do just have to defend this from Farrow. Less than 30 seconds left on the board. Oh, the Autobomb getting a kill. On the zap, that means that Farrow has no cooler, so they do have to play a little bit more safe. They do, Doubtful Decimal does have a bubble at the ready. But they, Farrow also has a jet. Less than 10 seconds left on the board, so this has to be an overtime win. You gotta take out this blaster if you want to even have a chance at standing on the tower, but 3 go down.
Oh my gosh.
It's just a Luna Blaster and a delayed wipe, giving the first game to Doubtful Decimal.
Wow, that was an action-packed first game of last round of prelims when the stakes are this high. These teams are so close. They're practically tied at this point. So that was epic.
Perfect way to describe it. We saw Doubtful Decimal just got that first initial push, able to get to 15. And all they really had to do was defend, which they did. We can't count out Farrow. They were able to get it to that 30 mark, I believe. So they did put up a good fight, but their Doubtful Decimal's defense was just intact and stronger than ever, ensuring getting them that first win.
Yeah, after seeing the fight that Farrow put up later in the game, especially with that gal absolutely popping off, getting up in the bats behind enemy lines, keeping Doubtful Decimal on the back foot away from the tower. I think maybe if Farrow was the team that made their first push, maybe they would have been the ones to get to 15, you know, but it just happened the other way around. So splat zones on Robo is going to be pretty intense.
We did see a pencil before, so I'm assuming they will bring it back again. Because it's just so easy to just shoot over it with your 5 shots that paint insanely well. But the thing about this map, it actually has flanks. So you have to watch out for those flanks to ensure you don't get wiped from behind. Although there isn't a box, so like, as long as you can keep control of that like top area, you could guarantee yourself some points. Because it is semi-hard to get back in if you get locked out. They just gotta play for specials sometimes, play for their lives, and ultimate just push together to have that zone.
Yeah, especially with the kind of narrow entrance to the zone, I think it's easy for teams to forget that you actually have this whole other area to the left of your spawn point that you can use to paint. You maybe don't want to drop down there, that's maybe not the best idea, but at least throwing some bombs down there, inking it up. For one, the enemy team kind of has to keep an eye on it instead of painting the zone, and also you do get your specials up so that you can make a counter attack.
And we see a V blaster coming out, 2 V blasters. That's really the only change in comp that I'm seeing. Ballpoint
Yes.
sticks.
And they did keep the pencil,
Mm-hmm.
and now
Oh, we would
it's just
probably
a fight for the zone.
Oh, if Fairfire gets that first cap, regardless of Pencil's paint, it doesn't really get them that much of a lead as the V-shot goes down.
Wow.
Oh.
Doubtful decimal. Is this doubtful decimal? Maybe this is fair Farrow. Finding 2, maybe 3?
Yeah. I think this is Doubtful Decimal. Pretty sure, because I don't know.
But
They are able to get it to 60, 44.
And
Oh, it's
this is
3.
going to be a pivotal decision point here for Fair Farrow on defense. Can they get the zone neutral at least? Can they push Doubtful Decimal back?
They are able to control the zone. The Blaster using these Grace to their advantage ended up jumping out for their own safety, which is probably the better play. They do have a bubble out there ready so they can hold that forefront, and we do see that here. Both teams have their bubble up, so it's really just who can strut who's faster.
And now the crab up on the wall gets picked, but the teammates are there to back them up. The zone is flipped. It's just the zap now. Hopefully they paint for cooler. They do have a cooler ready. I believe they've already used it for their teammates to respawn, but they are really going to have a hard time getting out of this ramp.
We see the gal here going into their snipe, not quite able to get that kill, dropping for their own safety, but they are. Doubtful Decimal is just about past their their penalty, with 2 going down on Fairfire. That Inkjet killing that gal. Now flipping the tides. Oh, getting a nice flick on that.
Nice.
Ooh,
A bubble
is a
from the
dangerous place to
blaster.
be.
Yeah, the blaster goes down, and the zone has been flipped, but that's a long way to go. There's a big gap between 58 and 14. And it's turning into a little bit of a fight club down there in the bottom.
Yes, it is. As I said before, the flanks can be important as we see the gal getting a pick down there before getting picked out by the blaster. The blasters have been putting in the work this time, poking it from underneath these ledges. It's such a good place for it to be, and helpful there for their team.
Yes, and here we see 2 on the flank. Can they stop them? But they're not focused on the zone. 2 players go down. It's a 2v1 now. The Zap doing their best to survive, and it's a wipe!
Oh. It's a wipe. It's a wipe. Giving Fairfaro that, yes, giving Fairfaro that penalty once again. Oh, the ballpoint stopping that crab. Could it get 2? Not quite. They do have a jet though, which they will use a little bit early, trying to help their teammates secure their plat. The exhaust getting an assist on that blaster.
The pencil in such a good position here at the top of the ramp. Just poking, putting down ink. The bubble in the zone, trying the best they can, but no! And another wipeout right at the end of the match.
I believe that was another win for Oh, wait. Confusion. Well, that I don't know. Yes, that was Fairfaro. Congratulations to Fairfaro. They were.
Wow, guys. They're really going to do this to us. The stakes are this high. The last round of prelims, deciding who makes it to top cut, and it gets down to the last game.
First time we're going to an actual game 3. Pretty exciting. What strategies do you think that they could use here on Museum Clan Blitz?
Well, if either side keeps the blasters, bubbles are really nice on Museum Clams. I would like to see the pencil come back. But I would also like to see, I don't know, maybe a little something different. Maybe like a longer range sniper or something. I think I saw there were a couple of players. Maybe we'll see that brush come out for Doubtful Decimal.
Brush? Zoomies? Oh my god.
Zoom in on Museum?
Who needs the Kraken when you have a brush?
Oh, that's right. I forgot about Kraken. I don't know. I saw
Ah,
weapons
the
with Kraken in
disappointment
any of these teams, but
realizing Kraken cheese exists. Sadness.
yes. Pardon
Huh.
me while my existential dread kicks in. Kraken cheese. The nightmares are real. But yes, hopefully we'll see the brush and blaster, maybe the pencil for Doubtful Decimal. I'm not sure about Fair Farrow though.
Yes. Both
It's like I
teams
said
are very
before,
strong.
I personally I play a lot of Zap and Junior, but on this map mode, I like to go Junior because I like to take the block, get up under the basket, pop a bubble, you know? So it's like where there's a bubble, there's always trouble. That's my motto.
So we are getting into this game 3. Regardless, Clan Blitz Museum. Let's see, will the brush come out? Come on. Come on, brush, brush. No
Please!
brush, but that's
Oh,
okay. That's
wow.
okay. Same comes from the acing switching back to that Luna. Seems to be working out for him. We see him drop early on left. Looking underneath his ledge. Will he be able to get anyone? No, he gets thought out. That is quite unfortunate for the first 10 seconds. But really it's just the
Yes.
fight for mid. Cooler being tossed.
Yeah, Doubtful
Oh, ooh.
Decimal has already lost a couple players. The dualies go down for Fair Farrow. Both teams now, 2 down. We're getting a bunch of clams. The clam economy's kind of been going back and forth, but now finally Fair Farrow has a power clam. They toss it back to their teammate, who readily accepts or not, and gives it to a different teammate. Nice bomb. Finds a pick.
This may be
They're trying to put down some ink, but they might have lost their momentum here as the Inkzuka comes out. Pencil doing the best they can, keep the distance, keep some ink down, trying to build the cooler. They toss it. But I don't know, Doubtful Decimal might be taking over mid here soon.
the blaster fight in mid. Oh, the blaster getting a direct on the Luna. There's now 1 up on both situations, but one side may have had a cooler. This blaster makes the safe choice to jump out. Still somehow alive, the blaster going for a flank, ending up stopping that ball from retreating. It is now Doubtful Decimal's turn to push up and get that that score.
Yeah, Doubtful Decimal, they almost had a nice build of momentum there. Blaster in a great position here. The Luna acing, finally finding a pick, maybe 2. And I think we missed the first one there. Using the block,
Ooh,
one of my favorite strats.
I never saw that before. I mean, I probably have, but like getting a pick in return. The bubble is being popped in that trench, trying to ensure life. The gal is able to help out, going down to the Zap. The Zap getting 2, I think.
Yeah, the Zap put up a great fight there in that little alleyway. That's such a strange position to be in when you get caught on a flank like that, but they definitely capitalized on the best they could.
A stamp getting shot down by that gal. Stamp is really hard to get a value out of unless you throw it because it gets shredded so easily by shooters. And in a shooter-based meta, you want to be careful about when you use it. We see 2 going down on Fair Farrow. Seems like they won't be able to push just yet.
Yeah,
Then
Fair
this chance
Farrow,
to make their escape retreat.
I feel like they had the right idea. They had the crab, they had a tacticooler, they were in good positions, but they didn't have any clams. I think they popped 2 specials and they still only had like 1 or 2 clams. They finally made the power clam, but now we see the clam had to retreat all the way back to their plat as this pencil's trying to build up another cooler. Maybe now, with Doubtful Decimal being down 2 players, they'll finally break the basket.
Oh, they miss! But they are able to get that plan back and getting to 57 with that helpful bubble. This is the first score of the game. 1 minute and 30 seconds left on the board. It seems like, oh, as I was about to say, this was the end of the push. They come in with more clams. We can see Farrow keeping a nice job at keeping Doubtful Decimal at bay and extending their lead. It is just a blaster left.
Yeah,
Not
the
quite able to get the kill
blaster
on that shooter.
with some fancy footwork, they do go down. And now Doubtful
Okay.
Decimal really quickly trying to take space in mid. That's what you want to see here. There's a lot on the line. They definitely don't want to let this set go. They've got a cooler. They've got a stamp. They have many clams. Can they make a power clam? I think they're trading clams now. Una takes it upon themselves to make their own power clam and camp the ledge at the same time. A yeet with the hammer. They miss their jump with their squid roll. Oh, they're losing a little bit of momentum here.
The jet is popped. The mid is very orange right now. The splash are coming in trying to do some work. There's just the pencil left, but Farrow does have a significant lead, so Doubtful Decimal is going to need the clam numbers and the momentum if they want a chance to score and maybe get the lead. Oh, they barely make it. Only 10 seconds left and only 2 people up. There's just a ballpoint on that right side. So it seems like this may be the end of the push and the end of the game.
And the end of the set.
Yes, yes. The end of the preliminaries. Round 4. Breaking this tie, actually, in the brackets. I think it was a 5-way tie?
Yeah. The games were very close. The standings, I think that was a deciding set here.
Yes. But that is the end of the preliminary rounds. Congratulations to both teams. We can't wait to see more. Yeah. That's gonna be the end of our time here. So, Tao, where can we find you?
You can find me at the Tao Panda. Don't forget the THE, the. I'll just ask you, Milotic, where can they find you? Forget about me.
No, don't be too hard on yourself. You can find me at gamer_dreams_ on pretty much every one of my socials. Literally anywhere. That's gonna be it. But yeah, make sure to if you want more It's Dangerous to Go Alone content, make sure to follow this Twitch channel. You could search on Google after you dial or IDTGA. There's a Discord link somewhere. There's a Twitter and TikTok, YouTube. Pretty much anywhere you can find Off the Dial. We'll be waiting for you. But we're going to be passing it off to our other commentators to give you commentary for Top Cut. So make sure you stay tuned for that.
Yes. Hang tight, and the fresh commentators will be back soon.
Bye-bye.
Hello, everyone, and welcome on back, I should say, to It's Dangerous to Go Alone, Season 43. I am your head TO DJ, I'm joined with War Queen, and it's time to get into Game 1! Alright, let's just get this started underway. We got Farrow in purple, and one of them. And let's see. Well, looking at these picks, gonna see that the only backline that we're really seeing here is a Dynamo coming out from the side of Honorable Headache, which is, quite interesting to see. On Crab Leg Capital, has a lot of open spaces, like quite often use things like pencils, but with the reflux, the only player remaining, are they gonna do anything? They get the double when they're so close to absolute nothing, possibly saving some grace there, but no, Rainmaker slowly making itself to the first checkpoint. Are they going to be able to clear it? They're just getting constantly fired, but Astro is going to be able to take them out, and now Cultured Confidence, their 3 players down in Honorable Headache, has a chance of getting it back. Getting up to the first checkpoint. They do go and clear that, and looking to maybe get a few points. That is going to give them the lead, and getting that Babbler to give them that bit of extra cover there. Maybe being able to grab that Rainmaker and make the jump with 2 players down certainly is going to help that. They're going to get all the way down to 49, but now 2 players down a piece is going to allow them to keep things going, maybe end that push. Now they have picked up the Rainmaker. They are going to drop that down to mid. 2 players down again on the side of Honorable Headache, just going to allow them to get that Rainmaker all the way back to the center of the map. Dynamo going down there as well to the Rainmaker. And now they're looking at trying to retake this checkpoint, maybe actually clear at the time. And this time they did go through broken. We do see the restarter on the flank. It does get another sweet double. With 1 more player does jump out of there, getting out of range of that Rainmaker explosion. But getting that checkpoint cleared was certainly something they need to do, but isn't going to be enough for them to take the lead, as Honorable Headache picks it up once again and is looking to, they both have their strategies, they both have their routes they want to take. Honorable Headache likes taking the jump. Cultured Confidence likes taking the grates. Either way, both of them have their risks, and a wipeout is certainly going to allow Honorable Headache to get a lot of points onto the board, maybe even the KO right now, and get that KO straight on in to game number 1. What a great way for them to start the first round of the top card, also known as the semi-finals. And while we're waiting for War Queen to find their way and get their voice on back, we're gonna, I, at this point, gonna take a little bit of a look at the maps that we're going to be seeing in this round. So first up, obviously we saw Crab Leg Capital and Rainmaker. After that, and next up, we're gonna be seeing Manta Maria Tower Control, followed by Mahi Zones, then returning back to the Skyscrapers on Crab Leg Capital Clams this time. And then to round out the set, if we get up to a game 5, because this is now best of 5 rather than play all 3, it'll be Undertow Spillway on Rainmaker. But War Queen, I'm hearing your specs of voice come through. Welcome on back to the land of the living.
I can't tell you what was going on, but happy to be here. Glad to be coming for IDTGA 43 again. And yeah, our next map is Manta Maria Tower Control, which actually I would say is one I don't see a lot. So I'm not actually sure how it's going to go.
It's one I personally like, and we take a look at the weapons that people like to. They said they like to do. Sometimes they like to lie about it a little and be like, I like playing. I like playing more than 5 weapons, and I'm like, okay, but beyond seeing what they like to put, we can see what they're actually going to put as we dive in to game number 2. Ignore what I just said there, as we see
a
what these
come
players pull out.
And there's the Dynamo again. That Dynamo did a lot of great work in the last match. Let's see if they can keep it up.
Indeed, and also going to see the Stamper is gonna. Oh, you just said that. I'm deaf sometimes. I think on my own. You said it, and I processed it, and then I also didn't process it at the same time. But Reef Slider coming out very early from the Reflux here. We saw them. They had made a lot of work last game on a Rainmaker, but now on tower control, when you don't necessarily have the tower, isn't necessarily as useful for the Reef Slider. But still, I'm really curious to see what they pull out here. 2 players already going down on the side of Cultured Competence. Make that 3. That's certainly allow Honorable Headache to get that first control, get that tower going all the way into the first checkpoint.
And we see that Reflux doing a lot of real good flanking work. Clears the tower to get rid, to get out of the, get out of the range. See if they can keep it on the checkpoint. And there it goes, past the first checkpoint.
Indeed. Dynamo over here looking at peeking over some ledges, looking at getting some picks. Are they able to get the one there? No, they are going to get taken out by the Stamper. And using that squidge surge there to get that little bit of extra height. Unfortunately, no one was there for them to capitalize on that. They do have the crab at the ready. Looking at getting some picks, but all the suction bomb to get that explosion. And what was that Reef Slider doing? Just went straight on over the tower. And now Honorable Headache looking to make yet another push, but now they're 2 players down as well. They're going to just maybe look at resetting mid, take a bit of control, use that Dynamo to really get a bit of control over the lanes on this map and see what they can do. And now we're seeing that the T-Techie is the only member left alive. Are they going to be able to make something happen? And they do get caught out, pinched between the Blaster and the Hero Shot, and that will be them going back to the graveyard. And now it does seem, going a little bit of going high to low there, getting a bit of distance and tactical. It does come out. Are they going to be able to capitalize that? Oh no, the tower does destroy. That would not allow anyone, but a Reef Slider trade is going to happen there. And with only 1 player remaining on Cultural Commons, are they going to be able to stop the tower? They do get 1. Are they going to be doing anything else? They do stall it for enough time to allow their team to get a few more people coming in. But are they going to be able to stop the tower at all? No, they are not, as the goal has been reached. And the second game goes to Honorable Headache, putting them at match point. And, you know, they got a very clear domination on that second game. First game, you know, was a lot more back and forth. That game, Honorable Headache really put in the miles and did take that one home. And it was very interesting to see how they played some of those weapons. Like, you know, we mentioned the Reflux earlier, and they really were, like, it's not a weapon you often see A, people pull out, and B, actually slay, but really making use of how quickly their special charges up and just wrecking havoc with that Reef Slider, just constantly coming in and exploding that at a moment's notice and doing it from, you know, in a position that puts them at, you know, a really good way of doing it, because, you know, it's hard for people to get that used to with the Reef Slider. But now, game number 3, Mahi Resort Splat Zones, probably the only acceptable variant of this mode, of this map, I should say. And it's just, I'm very much expecting 2 things to return. The Reflux, absolutely. Like, the Reef Slider is very useful. Dynamo, also very likely to see that get a return. I can hear you. Welcome on back.
Thank you. I don't know. I apologize very much. I hope everyone is still enjoying the matches. I do hope that Dynamo comes back. We've seen a lot of good synergy between them and the Reflux, and of course, there they go. It's gonna be. Yeah. I feel like this might be a really quick match with those 2.
It could be, but definitely an interesting change from the side of Cultured Confidence. They are going to go and bring out that 96 gal, and
that's the Kraken, isn't it? See if they can keep that in. And I just love watching this Dynamo work from the back line with that range.
Oh, work on indeed.
Oh, but looks like they got by the Stamper, who is taking some time to keep that ledge clear and keep Headache away from the splat zone. And they're already under 50. Wow, let's see if they can keep it up.
Yeah, Cultured Confidence.
Oh, here comes
really
Reach
making a. Yeah, they're really making a change compared to the other 2 games that's been having in the set. Really just taking control. Like, yeah, their first 2 games they weren't in their favor, but now.
Headache can't get the cap, and so we're down to 20 seconds for Confidence. They might be able to pull this off.
They might be able to. Only 10 points remaining, but this player, they're trying to get zone, does
pick.
go into neutral. Are they going to be able to retake it, though? They're dancing over it. They're trying to get it.
Take it back.
Retake does happen from the
5
Cultured
seconds.
Confidence. Dynamo sends it into neutral. Are you going to cap it? No, they aren't. Get the spot into zone. But it's not going to be enough.
Not enough. Definitely not what I expected to see. But wow, good on Cultured Confidence to keep Headache from taking that game points.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, it does get us into a game 3. And I'm pretty sure if I got those teams right, I might be going insane here. But I'm pretty sure I
just a little bit.
Well, wait, let's be honest. Half the time I am going insane. I'm insane for running this tournament series. Period. So, you know,
I mean,
there is
everybody
that.
needs to have a hobby, right? Anyways, our next map is Clan Blitz on Crab Lake Capital, which, you know, Clan Blitz is always a fun one because it seems to be the one that always throws people off. And especially Crab Lake Capital, there's a lot of open space to jump down and just, you know, bypass a whole area if you know where you're going.
Yeah, absolutely. There's just, you know, we saw Rainmaker earlier that both teams liked taking their own unique routes to the checkpoints.
But Spillway is very
Clan
weird
Blitz.
with that, if you think about it. But Crab Lake, it really just funnels everybody towards the center, and those 2 overhangs right above the center.
Yeah, like there's so many. Well, like Rainmaker, right? You can clearly see where that Rainmaker is going to go. They've got a route. You have literally a glowing spot on the map, which you would have to be blind to not notice. I don't care if you are colorblind, you will be able to see that. Smarter color main screen unmains, I should call you. But you know, Clan Blitz, you're down to your
Clan Blitz can change
individual
really
players.
Quick. Yeah.
Yeah, individual players. You're only really spotted if you got the football, and even then, it's quite easy. Just be sneaky and hide that.
It really is, especially if you've got people who know what they're doing with Clan Blitz. You see, all it takes is one good throw and everybody knowing what they're doing to be right there, and you can go from 100 to 20 in seconds, honestly.
Yeah, it
so
is.
Let's see if we got anything new. We got a sploosh, which I don't think they've had out yet. Doesn't look like a change from a Headache. So let's see if Confidence can either get another win and make it a tie, or at least keep Headache from winning.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, that sploosh definitely an interesting pick. Also, going to be interesting to see that the Empire Splat Julius is going to come out, is going to give them that splashdown and a double splat. Coming out from
already.
The blaster, taking home Avalon and Nero, sending them back to the spawning pad. And now they do have that power climb at the ready. They're eyeing it off.
Ooh.
They're trying to get through, but you know, Cultured Confidence, they've locked down that, but even still, one player just being able to break through, and with all the players either going back to their spawn by either living or dying, that will be the end of that first push.
And honestly, Headache can just keep it here and stop Confidence from taking any clams. They could pull the win, but they've just played really aggressive, especially this blaster. Just non-stop.
Aggression is their middle name. Getting another 2 splats there.
There's
getting
another splat from the blaster.
Another one to add on top of that, and players
Almost.
just going down left, right, and center on the
Oh,
cultured
finally gets got
confidence.
by the T-Tech. But the barrier's down again, and let's see if they can do it.
We will see indeed. More clams come on in. Some clams spawned right in front of the basket. Unfortunately, they're not going to pick that one up. Cultured Confidence going to sweep that one up. But Afro is up on top of the basket. They are going to get another few clams and they are going to get taken out, however. And that will be the end of that push. But they're all the way down to 37. And Cultured Confidence yet have get to score anything.
And then is that a new clam or is that their clam they picked up from the basket? I'm not sure.
That is a new clam.
All right, well, let's see if they can keep it moving forwards.
Moving forward, putting on the aggression, hopefully looking to turn the tables. Seeing the shot here, just eyeing out, just trying to go through, look through ways. But with that dynamo, on that ledge, it's so hard to push through.
That's a lot of ink. That's a lot of ink thrown down. Are they going to lose that clam? Looks like they lose that clam. Ooh. Although the Sploosh still has enough to pick up another power clam. Oh!
Unfortunately, going down right with the special. Another player going down with their special, the hammer there. And now, that's 2 players down on the side of Honorable Addict. Great defense there from Cultural Commons, even though they had those players that did go down on their own team. And we're seeing the shot here. They're sharking. But are they going to be able to connect? Yes, they are.
There they go. They get the clam.
Gets made. And they're looking up. There is the splashdown, using the wall to their advantage.
Oh, but it looks like he just got by the Splatana.
Indeed. Oh, and players just trying to... It's just being an absolute scrap fest in mid at the moment. Just players just going down left, right, and center, trying to get the turf, trying to get the clams, trying to get their specials. Get to see the blaster here again. Are they going to be able to do anything? They do get the big bubbler out, trying to give themselves a bit of space, give themselves a bit of opportunity. But with 3 bombs going in their direction.
On the outside edge of the bubble, too. Woo! Okay, let's see what we got here. Oh, they're picking up the pity clam. Let's see if that gives them a push they need. Oh!
Narrowly avoiding that Zuka. They saw their life flash before their eyes and managed to stay alive out of that. They see the blaster over there, and are they going to be able to do anything about it? They need a push, but hard to do that when you got a blaster looking on your edges, looking to just zone you out. But the blaster does go down. Make that 3 players that go down on the headaches. Cultured Confidence now have an opportunity, but if they do, they have a long thing. The shot gets 2 splats. They hammer. They do have another one, but they also go down to a wipeout. Oh no, that was possibly... That was very likely their only opportunity at making a solid push now. And now,
especially with Dynamo right on their ramp.
Honorable Headache.
With the soda. Oh,
they
wow.
have so much control over the middle of the map. They have so much control over the clam economy. They have so much control. They're just waiting to get in close. 10 seconds. Everything. And with that power clam just sitting up there, Cultured Confidence being forced to sit back. That will be game number 3 to Honorable Addict, and they will solidify their spot in the grand finals.
That Dynamo on the ramp, and you're like, oh, you ain't gonna get anything past that. Whew.
Yeah, a Dynamo is a hard thing to get past, and you really need to get good coordination in your team and just get the right specials to properly counterplay against that. Great showcase, though, to Culture Commons. They did manage to take that last game previously, Mahi Mai Resort, from them.
Yep, it was a strong comeback. They just couldn't keep it up in the clan blitz. We saw it there. They just couldn't get past Headache and get even just 1 clam in. Whew.
A great defense and also a really great offense we saw in that game. But that will be the end of the semifinals. And next up, it's the big bad boy. It's the big bad wolf. It's the grand finals. I'm excited.
Love to see it.
You excited?
I'm excited. It's always great to watch these crazy plays.
Well, you'll have to contain that excitement for a few minutes as we get that set up. You're watching It's Dangerous to Go Alone, Season 43.
We'll be back.
welcome. Oh, welcome on back to It's Dangerous to Go Alone Season 43. And not just welcome on back, welcome on into the game as we're starting the grand finals straight away. Honorable Edict against Juicy Journalism. What a fun way to stay and what a fun name to talk about. Juicy
And
Journalism
Tower
in...
Control on Humpback Pump Track.
Yeah, Juicy
And-
Journalism in red. Honorable Edict in the blue and getting that first
look at the ink brush
splat
go.
from the ink brush,
Baby
getting
go.
one, getting two.
Oh.
They are just going on ham, getting that splat, but yet no real movement onto the towel.
But that
Dynamo!
Dynamo, they were just waiting for him. Their Dynamo, they dropped the soda. Sorry, everything's just happening real fast.
Oh, it really is. Ink going everywhere, splats going everywhere, specials going everywhere, and you cannot take your eyes off this for a second, as if you blink, something will have already happened.
Here goes the Dynamo going in. Oh, but they get picked. Looks like they got picked by the pencil.
Woohoo! The Booyah Bomb
Booyah
is
right
gonna
on
go
the
and
tower.
clear them. And the ink brush from behind, get that flank, but oh, they're gonna get taken out by the
Look at
Zuko.
Brush go. Go, Brush, go. You gotta love. I'm sorry, I'm biased for brushes. It's my baby. And let's see, they
Slime.
Oh, when they trade.
That's not a
traded with the
trade you see
Dynamo.
often.
Not at all, especially that kind of jump. They went for it. They're like, I gotta get this Dynamo out of here, and they did it.
Although I can respect the commitment. They went full send, but the brush yet getting another splat onto that Dynamo. 3 players are down on the side of the Honorable EdX as Juicy Journalism does go and clear through that first checkpoint now.
Almost the
Looking
second.
to get some more points.
And I saw Honorable Headache just really run over the other there in the semifinals, and here they are. Looks like they're struggling to deal with this comp from Juicy Journalism, which might be what's putting them off.
Yeah, but now they have retaken mid, but the
they
brush,
got the
the brush, you do not see that brush. It just comes and it exists. Afro, they're getting the double splat on the flank, but now the Blaster is the only one left alive on the side of Honorable Edict, and Juicy Journalism, they're going to look at getting their own lead on going, trying to clear through that first checkpoint there. But with subs just constantly going at the tower, it is going to make it difficult to clear, but 2 players make that 3 players, make that a wipeout, goes down. And now Honorable Edict, they're looking at taking back their lead, and they're going on to do it.
Ooh, it looks like, I don't know if Juicy can come back from this. We see Honorable Headache all kind of wrapped around that tower and just, clearing out. That brush gets got. Sorry to see it, baby.
Oh, but we do see Crab on that shot. They do get one, but are they going to do anything else? Are they going to start it? The Reef Slider at the end to solidify that, and that will be game number 1 going to Honorable Edict. What a great comeback from them after, that first massive push, and a great way for them to take home the KO and game number 1.
For sure.
The grand finals.
Man, it looked really back and forth there for a second at the beginning, especially that brush just going on a tear. Woo.
Oh,
Like I said, I love to see it.
I want to see that brush come again, and looking at the maps we've got here today.
I'd be surprised if
these
don't
are
see that.
brushes heaven. Like, with the exception of maybe Shipshape Cargo, like Mako.
No. Shipshape Shipshape is pretty friendly for brushes if you know where to go with the brush. And if you play a brush like you play this brush, you know where to go with the brush.
But out of these maps, I would everything else is very much, if you can play a brush well, there are so many routes. There are so many just sneaky flanks you can take with the brush, and that,
For real.
Seeing
I think the only thing we
they
might
did.
not see it on is the Rainmaker on Spillway. That's the only thing I can see. We don't see it, but we'll just see what happens. But that means our next one is Mako Mart Splat Zones, and that.
Wait. Hold on a minute.
Hold on.
Mako. Wait,
Mako.
Mako.
Listen.
Marco. What Marco? What is this,
Marco
Marco
Marco.
Polo?
Mako Iwatsu deserves your respect.
Not in this context. Not in this context. You know.
Rude. Wow. Anyways, we got splat zones coming up, and everybody knows that this splat zones on this one especially can be just an absolute mosh pit.
Oh, it really can. Being that odd-shaped zone with the barrier
With the
in the middle.
torches and the barrier. Let's see.
It just makes it very interesting. And gonna see
Yeah,
a
there's the brushing
returning
again.
comp from
Nobody
both
switched.
sides. Yeah, not one switch. Gonna see the pencil come out, machine come back, brush come back, reflux, dynamo, blaster. It's very
Let's
much
see who
a
takes it.
mirror match.
Journalism takes the first cap, but wow, they take it real fast.
They take it, and now with only the shot left alive to clear out some
Ooh.
players, they are then going to go down. And Juicy Journalism is going to get a very early lead, as we saw in the first game. And the Reef Slider,
but
is going to take it home instantly.
They tried with that Reef Slider. Oh, let's see. Headache might have it again.
Oh, we're trying to see what can happen. Honorable Headache, 2 players down, but they might be able to retake it and give a penalty.
There they go. They retake it. Let's see if Journalism can group back up to cap again. It looks like they might be having a problem with feeding right into it. That's what it looks like. That may be their problem right now. Is they're just not able to group up and put up a good defense against Headache and push them away from the zone. Oh,
but a great pick coming out there from the hero shot, taking out the pencil. And now zone does go into neutral. 2 players are down on the side of Honorable Edict. And are Juicy Journalism, are they going to be retaking the zone? Oh, Honorable Edict take it for a few more seconds, and then they're going to be able to continue on. I don't know how they managed that.
Here comes
just
the Booyah.
using their subs, using everything at their disposal to keep the zone in their favor and make sure that Juicy Journalism doesn't get to put this in their notebook.
Yep. Oh, was that a wipeout on Headache? Wow.
That was a wipeout.
But it doesn't look like it's enough for Journalism to really push back in to get the zone. We're at 10 seconds. Let's see if they can do it.
10 seconds, 2 players down. There is the flank, though. Oh, they were very lucky.
Because they still have that penalty they have to get through.
Oh, there you go. They are going to go and jump on back to spawn, put themselves in a bit more of a safer position. And Juicy Journalism. Oh, the brush coming on back. Are they going to be able to open it up?
Oh, no.
They do get one player.
Got him. Oh, but looks like that hero shot gets got before he can use their Zuka to full effect.
Yeah, now the machine here just is on the enemy stacks, but, you know, they don't have the longest range. So when the Dynamo or any really of the longer range weapons sees them, they aren't going to be able to do much. As Onward X 1v1 on the field, who's going to be able to come out top? Who's going to take the zone? Who's going to make something happen? And with Juicy Journalism just having the quicker respawns there, allowing them to take the zone and push back that final member.
That pencil and that brush are doing some serious heavy lifting.
They really are. 2 players down. Oh, make that 3 players. Are they going to be able to take the lead? Are they going to be able to get the KO? They're just eyeing to get the zone into neutral, but that...
Wow. And that's Journalism taking the win in Mako Mart Splat Zone.
Oh, this is what you like to see in a grand final, starting off 1-1. That's exactly what you want to see. And the quadruple emote and the fist bump. The double whammy on that.
You'll love to see it. I hope that brush player knows how much I'm in love with them, because you'll love to see a good brush, especially in high tier games like this.
Yeah, now moving on to Robo-Rom. Now we've seen both teams win a match. They've eyed themselves off, and now we're going to a bit more of the aggressive modes, Glam Blitz and Rainmaker, compared to, you know, a bit more of the passive modes, Tower Control and Splat Zones. What do you think these 2 teams might do, given the vast changes that these modes have compared to what we just saw?
You know, so I definitely see that the brush is probably going to stick around. Robo-Rom, I don't know it well, I'll be honest. But especially on Clan Blitz, your brush players are a good, solid presence in Clan Blitz just because of their mobility. I don't know. Maybe Headache might switch it up. That the Dynamo does good, but they seem to be struggling just a little bit, especially with around that brush, because that brush knows how to get around and get that splat.
Yeah, like you really need to be careful of where that brush will come at you from, especially Clam Blitz on Roborom. Like, can I begin to explain the flanks that you have? You have, for one of the first times ever in the Splatoon series, a flank that goes under the map. And then you also have the hook over to the right directly to the enemy basket, which I can almost guarantee you we will be seeing the brush make that trip down over on there, get the market going on high.
Again.
And let's see what game 3 is going to be.
These two teams are just going to keep butting heads with their loadouts. Let's see if they can keep it going.
Indeed, and starting off the match, we're gonna see. I'm very interested to see that neither team again
get to see a
brush starting off their morning strong, and 3 players going down on early to the Honorable Edict. Tactical is also going to come out.
And there's
basket
a for journalism.
Basket's going to be broken, and Juicy Journalism is going to maybe try and get something happen. But, great stop from the Honorable Edict, only allowing them to get that one initial power clam going on in. But they try to get that early counter pick that is not going to happen.
And there's a good flank on that Dynamo, keeping it from pushing forwards. Ooh, but they aren't able to keep it up. Let's see if the brush can pull it out again.
The brush really making hand, but the hero shot on the side of Honorable is also giving that in retaliation. They just need one more clam. Is they going to be able to find it? Yes, they are. The bubbler popped out right before the basket, but only the Dynamo left alive. They're also only going to get one power clam on in. But Splatoon 8 don't like ties, giving them on to 81 points, and the score is set to, let's say it's pretty much even. And just trying to find a way, but gets caught out by the Zuka.
The Zuka, they drop. Ooh. And they got the brush too. Shame. Here we go. Power clam already.
Ooh.
Oh, and they get a
Gets
splat.
the flank. Are they going to get the power clam?
They get it. Oh.
That is
pencil
the lead as well. But with no clams in the possession of the Honorable Edict, that will be the end of that push. Even though they've pushed up so far, they just had no clams to follow it up. Keep that lead on going.
Shame they had a clam in the basket too. They could have jumped it. They had the opening.
Yeah, unfortunate that did have to happen. But with now 5 players down in the game, it's going to be a little bit of a back and forth here as these players look at eyeing off each other, seeing what routes they can take, see what opportunities arise for them. And with the hero shot going down, as well as the Dynamo, the brush sees the opportunity, takes it, and sends Grand back to the afterlife. Now giving the pencil a time, but caught out by the bomb!
I was about to say, they had all four team members right there. Let's see if they can get one. They just need one clam in. Oh, and there goes the...
Oh, but the reflux! The reflux just making work. They're trying to make stuff happen. They're just the respawns are keeping up with the jumps.
Oh. Not a good place for Headache to be, having to defend right in their courtyard, but looks like they've got a good pushback right back into the center.
It's just back and forth. You saw that dance between the players there. Constantly going either way. They had every time someone picked up the power clam, another player spawned back on in to stop them from scoring it. And a great showcase. All they see the ninjas up. They catch out the Dynamo, but they aren't going to be able to catch out the hero shot there. And now 2 players down on the side of Honorable Edict, with the last one of the only other players down below. Juicy Journalism might find this as an opportunity. The brush sees something. Not going to be able to get anything. Only takes the Dynamo as a trade there. Zuka gets Crab down. And Honorable Addict. Oh, they see an opportunity for a flank. Are they going to be able to do it, though?
They might be. I don't think journalism noticed that flank. Oh, no. Oh, I spoke wrong. They did.
they got spotted right in their tracks. Great blockage there coming out from the side of Juicy Journalism.
They've got extra clams. They just got to get that push.
Pushing on hard, looking to have something happen. The Brush has the power clam. They have the speed. They have the movement. But are they going to be able to score it? They get taken out by the bomb. And now they're looking at getting 20 seconds left on the clock. If this power clam goes in, that will be another lead change back onto the side of Juicy Journalism.
It keeps getting pushed back. They just can't get that last push. 10 seconds.
They need to have something. The Booyah Bomb comes out. This could be the moment they put it ahead, but are they going to be able to follow it? Do they have speed? They get caught out. A restarter comes in. Oh, wipeout! And that is going to stop any form of final push coming on in. And Honorable Addict narrowly closes out. You see how close two power clams so close to the basket. If either one of them got on in, that would have been the lead change.
Yeah. No, we definitely saw it. There was a lot of back and forth, but Headache was able to keep a kind of team cohesion and just to keep journalism from pushing through. And man, you'll love to see it. You hate to see it, but you'll love to see it.
Oh, you really do.
And that brings us...
I need to take a breather. I have a bottle of water over here. That needs to go into my mouth. My throat is dying after that.
I don't blame you. That was intense. Definitely a fun map for Clam Blitz, just with all of the different pathways and flank routes you can take. But that brings us to our next match, Undertow Spillway. Juicy Journalism's gonna have to really pull it in to keep a Headache from taking the win on this one. Okay,
so what? Blaster reigns supreme on this map. There is no way around it. The amount of ledges, the fact that you have the sloped wall in the middle of the map, Blaster just reigns supreme. So they're gonna Honorable Addict has a bit of an advantage going there, but in the same time, Juicy Journalism can really get some aggression going when if they get momentum. They can really keep it going, and that's what really I expect to see. Like, you see that Brush, we've been talking about them a lot in this set, but you know, you said it before that, you know, Brush might not be the play on this map and mode. We shall have to see, but
we'll have to see because we'll
have to see in just a bit longer, as the room is gonna go and have to get on remade. As we know, we love to see DCs happen. Yeah. It's exactly, it's what you come for.
Nintendium, baby.
We you know, there are just some things you come to expect.
I'm really curious to see how the Dynamo is going to work on this map, if they're going to be working with the Rainmaker, or if they're just going to take a ledge and just be an absolute pain in the butt with the range they have flinging ink.
Yeah, because let's be honest, Undertow Rainmaker, the right route past the first checkpoint, that's a fake route. That doesn't exist. That's not a thing. It's the left route. And the way a Dynamo can absolutely shut down any push, they can just be on either side of that uninkable piece of terrain and not allow anyone to come on through.
Especially even after that next checkpoint, you have that hallway to the final checkpoint from there, and that is just if you can't catch them before that checkpoint, you can definitely catch another team there. But it's just, we'll have to see what happens with it, because I don't see either team really changing up their loadout. It's,
no.
You know,
what could be interesting to see, though, is... Now, I don't know what weapons these players have chosen, but it could be interesting to see maybe the brush switch out for maybe a sploosh. I could kind of see that here.
Well, let's see what Slimester does.
Or a Luna. A Luna would also make sense. But,
Nope,
you
we're
know,
still going.
maybe some things just don't change with the passage of time. But no, nothing has changed. It is
Nope.
the same old what players have come to know and love within this tournament. And gonna see that Reef Slider is
look at that
going.
Brush. It goes for a good tries for her first couple of picks, but is pushed away. And that pencil already has a good spot. Let's see if we can do some damage there.
Oh, they pick up the Rainmaker, try and do that Squid Wop. The Snipe Rider just had their eyes on the game, shuts them down. But Honorable Addict is going to get it, but the Dynamo comes up and slams them down.
On the checkpoint already. Oh, like you said, just right up that ramp. Let's see if Juicy can... Oh, I was going to say, let's see if Juicy can block him there, and it looks like they kind of are. But it's not an even one.
Oh, they're trying to get going all the way down to 26 points. And then with a soft wipe now, Juicy Journalism, they now might have the opportunity to go and push through. But they've got to get through a Blaster and a Dynamo if they want to have this happen.
Oh, it looks like they grabbed it and moved it. Shoot. Oh, no. Juicy Journalism has. I thought they were going to let it reset, but doesn't look like it. That Brush waiting.
Waiting for the moment, but the moment came a bit too early as they go and get taken out by the Dynamo roll, and that Rainmaker also is going to get taken out. Trade between the shot and the Dynamo. Rainmaker's picked up once again from the Journalism. They're looking at getting that first checkpoint.
Did that Brush just get that Reef Slider? Oh my goodness. The bomb to get that there, just stop them in their tracks and stop the whole team actually with the wipeout. Yeah, not even allowing to get the checkpoint, and now Honorable Addict straight back onto the counter push, but the Brush isn't going to allow that to happen, taking them out right then and there. It's really good. You know, you see this Brush, they know what they've got to do. They're just doing what they can. A lot of... They'll get the Dynamo. Let's see if they can... Let's see what they decide to do now.
They're eyeing off the members. They're in their corner, but are they going to be able to make anything happen here? They're just constantly moving around, but being above the ink means that the Dynamo can see your every movement. As the Ink Brush gets taken on out. And Juicy Journalism on the offense again, but the Rainmaker gets taken out as the Beer Bomb gets popped on out. But Juicy Journalism, the machine's the only one left alive. They do take out Gran, but are they going to be able to make anything else happen? No, they aren't. Do get the assist.
Just not enough.
Not enough indeed. Although Honorable Addict, they do lose the Rainmaker as well, and Juicy Journalism, they're looking at picking it up. They need to get the space though. They need to get specials, and they need to get picks more than just that. 2 players down a piece on both sides as the Rainmaker gets picked up on the side of the Journalisms.
And there's the Pencil picking up the Rainmaker. Let's see if their Charger work can keep it and let them use it successfully. There's the Brush. Ooh, it tries to go, but gets picked. Oh, and there's a wipeout on Journalism. Ooh, I don't know if they could pull back from this.
No, and they kind of have to do something. They have to do it quickly, because if they lose this, if they're not able to get it, that will be the tournament right then and there. Yeah. But the Zuka is going to go and take on Crab right on out. And now we see the shot here. They're over here. They're over on the corner. They're looking to see if maybe one of the members of Juicy Journalism looking for the flank, looking to maybe be a little bit sneaky, but they are on the sights. They are watching, and they have the eyesight to stop something if they desire. Oh, but the flank comes out from behind, and they get taken out, making that 2 splats.
Stop the Brush. Ooh, would have been a good flank from the Brush, but they just couldn't pull it off. There's a Zuka. Not doing any real good there. Let's see if they can keep pushing, though.
Oh, they do manage to take out Mystery, but they need to do more. They need to get more splats. They need to get more things happening. 2 players down total. But they're going to have to do something. They do get the Zuka. Are they going to get any splats? No, they aren't. But as Zuka comes out in retaliation, is going to take them out. The machine is the only one left alive on the side of Juicy Journalism. They're going to have to pick up that Rainmaker to get the overtime, but they are not going to be able to do that. And Honorable Addict takes home Game 3, the set, and are your champions of It's Dangerous to Go Alone, Season 43.
Wow, congratulations to Honorable Headache. What if journalism gave them a fight, but they just couldn't pull it off in the end, which is real sad to see because, like I said, you don't see a brush at the top, in these kind of matches, and when you do see them, it's really hard work, a really hard working weapon.
Yeah, it really is, and a really great showcase from both of these teams. Saw some quite close games, especially I cannot get over that Glam Blitz game. So very close, could have easily gone either way, but that will be the tournament today. Thanks everyone for coming along and tuning on in. And Walkween, I think you wanted to say something before you dart on out here.
We got a couple announcements for you before we end our stream here. First off, tomorrow, if you're interested in looking for something to do, there is a charity tournament going on, Squids for Palestinian Kids, running tomorrow, 6 p.m. GMT, 7 p.m. CET, 1 p.m. EST. They're already close to their current goal of $3,000 for the Palestinian Children's Relief Fund. They have art prizes for the top 3 teams. They already have over 50 teams right now, from what I understand, which is real exciting. And $10 buy-in for a raffle for a commission from a good number of Splatoon artists. If you are looking for some, if you're looking for, some work of a character, I'd highly recommend it. We got some links. I will put them in the Twitch chat. And if you are looking for something good to do, definitely would recommend it.
Oh, I'm sorry. We have a link blocker bot. I'm sorry.
Oh, you have the link blocker. Woo!
Let me see if I can do that.
All right,
there we go. There's a link that won't get blocked. But something that's happening also here right at Off the Dial next weekend. We have the It's Dangerous to Go Alone All-Stars tournament. So anyone who has gotten 1,000 signal strength, which is, to get 1,000 signal strength, it is a tough feat. It means you have to have either have won pretty much 5 tournaments or have played in at least 10 or anywhere between that, depending on how you play. So not an easy thing to do, and really shows the commitment of being a free agent. That's going to be next weekend. And in March, we've got something even better, but you're going to have to stay on tune to Off the Dial, either on our Discord or on Twitter, OTD/Discord or Twitter. Easy links for you to memorize. But until next time, where can the lovely people of the internet find you, Walkween?
You can find. Can you hear me? Am I dead again? No. Here. Hello.
No, I can hear you.
Okay. You can find me on Twitter at the Warqueen RIR. I post mostly, Splatoon memes, chat with folks. Always love to chat with folks. If you come say hi. And where can we find you, DJ?
You can find me, obviously, running these tournaments. That's what I do. But I also talk on Twitter at DJM987 and here on Twitch at DJM98. If you want to follow, I'd appreciate it. But
don't forget,
you choose what you want to do.
Yep. If you want to support IDTGA, you can join us and be a part of the staff here. We have a store as well, which is shop.otd.inc. And if you enjoy IDTGA and you want to throw us some support, that's where you can go.
Yes, we do appreciate that. But everyone, thanks for coming along. Thanks for listening to us ramble through all those shoutouts. That's a thing that has to happen. I'm sorry, deal with it. But that will be it for today. Thanks for coming along, and we're gonna send you over to Milana. Have a
Stay
good everyone. I'll
fresh.
see you. Stay fresh and see you next week.